I'm Soledad O'Brien. Welcome to Matter of Fact. Hurricane Florence made landfall in North Carolina on September 14th with wind gusts topping 100 miles an hour. But it was the torrential rain and flooding that proved most devastating and deadly. According to the National Weather Service, Florence dumped an estimated 8 trillion gallons of rain on North Carolina alone. That's enough to fill the Dallas Cowboys Stadium 8 times over. Nearly 50 deaths have been blamed on the storm, and more than 22,000 people just in North Carolina had to seek emergency shelter. Samuel Gunter is the executive director of the North Carolina Housing Coalition, and he says the immediate emergency response to the hurricane taking place right now is just the start of a rebuilding process that will take decades. Samuel, thanks for joining us. I know you've got a lot on your hands with newborn twins and another small child and juggling all of this. It's been 3 weeks since the storm hit. The water crested just this weekend, past weekend. Can you give us a sense of how things look?
Things look rough out there right now. I think the disaster has been at a scale that none of us really anticipated. And I think in many of these storms, you expect the wind and the rain and all of that to be so overwhelming, and it was the flooding, it was the rivers cresting and all of that ended up having such a profound and total impact.
TV news crews tend to come when the storm is approaching and make a lot out of that and sort of follow it to that point. And then they disappear when it's actually time for the rebuilding, which we just mentioned could literally take decades. Are you prepared for that?
So you're right. It's a very compelling image seeing folks be rescued off of roofs, right? Or news broadcasters standing waist deep in water. That's a compelling image. But what we know about this storm, because we know it about Hurricane Matthew, which hit North Carolina 2 years ago, we know it about Katrina, we know it about all of these storms, is that they end up hitting communities that are already have this incredible inequality. Where there's already so much work needed, and the storm exacerbates that.
Well, and some people were waiting already, right? I mean, these are people who've often been waiting 2 years because of what happened with the last hurricane in 2016. I guess I don't understand why is it so hard for them to get money from the feds?
So I think part of the challenge in North Carolina is once upon a time, when Hurricane Floyd hit in the 90s, we had a robust network of community development organizations scattered across the state. A number of years ago, was that network of community development organizations lost their state appropriation. And so when Matthew hit, that expertise in how to deploy those funds had gone.
So what happens to a town like Princeville, which is overwhelmingly minority in the low-lying area, and consistently, anytime there is any kind of bad weather event, certainly a storm, a big storm, they get damaged. They get whacked.
Yeah. You know, the case of Princeville has particular meaning in North Carolina as one of the first communities founded by freed slaves. Right. So there's this historic significance to a place that you don't want to abandon. Right. But the reality of the storm is that the storm itself, Florence, is not discriminating at all. It hits you with all of its power, no matter who you are. But it's hitting communities that have been built up over time with the reality of segregation, with the reality of racial disparities. And so you see these profound impacts on these communities that have the least amount of resources to bring to bear to come back.
The least amount of resilience to really survive these over and over again. I want to end by mentioning your story. As I started, you just had, like, literally 5 minutes ago, just had twin baby girls. You have a 2-year-old. Your house flooded, plus there were the tornadoes. What's your situation? How are you dealing?
So I live in Durham, North Carolina, and I live on a hill. But our house flooded during Matthew, and it flooded again during Florence. And so my wife and I and my 3 children were huddled in the stairwell during the tornado warnings while water was coming into our family room. We were fortunate, though, all things considered.
It's always terrible. Thank you for giving us some insight. We really appreciate your time, Samuel Gunter. Thanks for talking with us.